All right, this is too good. I got to do a part two. This guy, what's going on? So many attitudes and critics on shit that hasn't happened. Maybe they should tour Rush music without a drummer. So much to cover, but too many idiots on YouTube who think they have a right to tell someone else what to do or not to do. It's not a matter of a right. It's not a matter, I assume you're talking about me and all other people. It's not a matter of a right. It's that you can. That's it. It's not a matter of a right. It's not like I'm telling them what to do. They could do what they want to do. And they're going to. I can't stop it. But I am allowed to have an opinion. That's it. That's all. For me, that's where it starts and stops. Whatever, don't buy an effing ticket or watch a video. And if it turns out better than you thought, don't cry about missing it later. I'm certainly not going to cry about missing any of this. I promise you. It does not matter to me. Personally, I doubt there will be new music, and if there is, I would doubt Getty and Alex would stain Rush's integrity and legacy to put it under their band name. I mean, we'll see. And I'll eat crow if it happens, but I doubt that will happen. Much more to cover, but I'll just end with blah, 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 blah. Okay, good job. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Mike Bernard, what's going on? Just out of curiosity, did you know that Randy Cook was Rick Emmett's drummer after he left Triumph? And I said, makes sense. The guy has played for a lot of people. He's solid and great to be around, and Canadian. Yeah, he's I mean, he's a great drummer. I mean, as I said, he's played with he's a great drummer, and he's more importantly in the industry, he is like, there's people who, and especially players like Randy Cook, where it's like they're like side guys, right? Where it's like they're a musician, they just get hired, all that kind of thing. They just have tons of gigs. When you meet them, and they're just, it was like when I met and played with Greg Bissonette, right? When you meet somebody like that, you just immediately know why they get hired. I'm talking about before you even hear them, right? You've already heard, right? Like I already knew and had heard Greg Bissonette. So it's like, okay, you know that he can play. That part is always must be given. It's just given, right? Okay, yeah, you can play. And you can play whatever you're gonna get thrown at you. Right? Because you can play, right? It's always the personality. When you meet them and you just are in a room with them, you immediately understand why they get hired for everything. Why they're always working. Because they're great to be around. They, it's just that thing, that charisma, it's all of that. The hang, right? It's all of that kind of thing. And Randy Cook certainly has that. Certainly. Okay. Dionysus, what's going on? I just saw that nosebleed seats are going for over $300. Being on pretty much a fixed income, I'm priced out. I'll watch the concert video on DVD or YouTube. I'll rest on my last time seeing them live being the Clockwork Angels tour. Yeah, I mean, if I were you, I mean, 100%. All right, and then pre-sale, this guy is selling City. Pre-sale on City had cheapest seats at $98. I'm in Chicago, so the shows are at the United Center, notorious for gouging. All right, Bobby Jones, what about Dream Theater's vocalist, James LaBrie? He's so out of key at some shows, it's remarkable. He used to be spectacular vocalist and still is in the studio, but that's a controlled environment. When they lost Portnoy, I thought it was pretty much over, and then they came back with him and still made some incredible albums, so there's that. Yeah, I mean, and I was super into Dream Theater. I stopped paying attention to Dream Theater when they came out with, I think it was Train of Thought. Yeah, my first Dream Theater was Change of Seasons. I love that album. And then Metropolis Part 2, loved it, right? And I saw them a couple of times with Portnoy. So after that, I just kind of like Metallica. I just stopped. I got into other things. I stopped paying attention. I'm sure they've put out other great music and all that kind of stuff. So it's just, yeah, it's what it is. But yeah, I know that he can be pitchy, and I'm sure as time has went on, I mean, who knows? Anyways. All right. I just hope the new live album will be called X-Nay on the Ushray. Oh boy. All right. I'm with you. I've seen them 20 times and have no desire to see this. I thought they finished their career at the perfect time. So this about you? Okay, all right, buddy. Yes. Okay. I agree with Paul McCartney. The best way to celebrate Neil is with music, not with silence. Yeah, listen, I'm not, yeah, it's all good. Nobody cares what Billy Shears thinks. Uh, he never went back on the road as the Beatles with replacement players. He played as solo artist with new band that played some of the old tunes. He did it right and preserved the Beatle legacy. Ooh, 3 thumbs. Oh boy. Ringo was Billy Shears. The nosebleeds are 900 or the nosebleeds are $300+ And this guy again trying to sell for City. Nope, $98 for a pre-sale on City. I believe it was for Anaheim. What somebody told me anyways, could be wrong. Different cities will definitely bear different pricing. This was for Inglewood, California, June 11th show. $98 for LA. When I just checked the City pre-order site for other cities, they are similar. The $300 nosebleeds are on the scalper sites, though. I see them now. So many people are reacting to this without having heard what Getty Alex have said about it in a couple different places. Knee-jerk reactions are super irritating. I watched the video. No, Rush have not reformed with a new drummer or anything like that. It's not like they're going out and making new music and just continuing the band. It's a one-off limited tour as a sort of tribute to the old music and to Neil. Jesus Christ, people, calm down. Please pardon typos with speech to text. I have an injury and can't type very well, so I use that. I watched the video. I saw what they said. Yeah, it's what it is. I mean, I'm not making a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't make the video the day that they made the announcement like some people did. I'm not saying anything that there's anything wrong with any of it, but, anyways. Yeah, it's what it is. Okay, Daniel Wolski, what's going on? They have the blessing from Neil's family, and they were Rush before Neil joined the band. Nobody remembers that. Also, they're not releasing new music. It's a tribute to Neil. 7 thumbs up. Exactly. Without Neil, they would have been playing 3,000 seaters for a few years, except maybe in Cleveland, and then quietly gone away. Their pre-Neil stuff was generic rock with some pop rock thrown in. None of the elaborate concepts or growth would have happened. I mean, who really knows what would have happened? You would never know. But, I mean, yes, their pre-Neil stuff was generic rock. 100%. I mean, Working Man is a smash. I freaking love it. That whole first album was, I mean, go back and watch me listen to that first album. It's not good. It's bad. It's not a good album. I don't like it. But Working Man is a smash front to back. That recording, it just is, in my opinion. I loved it. I think it was awesome. And it made the whole first album worth it. So, yeah, there's that. All right. Hans McGruber, what's going on? I agree with you, Justin. I love Rush, but this does tarnish the 40-year legacy that ended perfectly with the 3 of them bowing out for the last time in LA 2015. Rush is Getty, Alex, and Neil, not a 4 or 5 piece band. Doesn't even sound right. Doesn't matter that Rush existed a few years before Neil. That's what I think. Yeah. Neil completed the band, and that made them Hall of Fame iconic trio. It's nice that Peart's family approves, but not more important than preserving the perfect legacy, which will now be blemished. The way to honor Neil was sanctify the historic career. Exactly, agree 100%. Well said. Life is for the living. Again, they can do what they want. They're going to. It's what it is. All right. Regarding new music, I've somewhat softened in my stance. I'm getting tired of listening to the same 175 songs repeatedly. There's more music out there than just Rush. Even though any new music would pale in comparison to their peak period stuff, 2012 through Power Windows. You have those fans, and then you have the Time Stand Still fans, right? Yeah, I'm definitely within this though. I trust Getty and Alex to not sully the Rush reputation by putting out Pablum or Drek. It would probably be mediocre or a tad better, but I suppose I would accept it begrudgingly. Still, I strongly suspect new music as Rush with a new drummer is a bridge too far for Getty and Alex, and they have no intentions of doing it. I'm sure they're mindful of the fan sentiment about new Rush music. Yeah, you would hope so, for sure. The majority of real fans say no. If you want to do a tribute night to Neil in TO, call it that, but do not pretend you can do what you used to do. One time, fill up Sky Dome and remember Neil properly and do not do a drum solo. Bring up one of Neil's best and loved ones on the screens. Another person saying that, I mean, I kind of think that's a good idea. I hope they do that, and that's what they do. Right, Brian Vernon, what's going on? They need to rebrand themselves. Unrushed, I love it. Or Rash, yes, exactly. See, there you go. Love it, love it. That's what I'm here for. That's exactly why I'm here. All right, Don Hadfield. I know you think these musicians should put themselves on the shelf, bury their... No, see, I don't. I truly don't. It's not like that. It's not... That's a bad take on what I'm doing, I think. I think I'm being more mindful of, you know, I mean, I know that I'm goofing off and having fun myself, but I'm not saying this. I'm not. Nowhere am I saying these guys should just quit and retire and go in a home. I'm not saying that at all. Ignore their enjoyment of making music. Gay should just stick to watching birds. I did like that you reminded me that he does that. That is funny. And writing books. And Alex should continue to improve his golf game and drinking. It isn't like they can add anything positive anyway. Sorry, unfortunately for you grumpy folks. They enjoy playing their music. Whether or not you are offended is of no consequence. I'm not saying any. I mean, I'm really not saying any of that. They can play whatever and whenever they want. But don't call it rush. Neil's parts are integral to the compositions, not to mention his great lyrics. This is worse than Ringo and Paul putting something together with other two and calling it the Beatles. As I said, whether or not you are offended is of no consequence. You are not important. I guess you're right. I wish them to have a great time, and I hope people get what they're paying for. Okay. Gracie Folden, what's going on? Only Toronto. F you from the rest of Canada that have been your diehard fans before Cleveland radio made you big in the freaking States. Yep, Cleveland deserves a Neil tribute, as does Toronto, but not a pretend Rush concert. Bring all the drummers who want to come that said Neil was amused to them. Bring out the family as they are good with it. They say, have someone with a voice to sing the lead vocals. Then you have something. The rest is a money grab, period. Unless they come out with $50 tickets across the board, then maybe it is about the music. Jewel laughs. What's going on? At first, when I saw you called them a tribute band, I was triggered. I've done my job. I forgot how great it was to be trolled by you. Yeah, I mean, that's all, right? It's just a joke. It's hilarious. I mean, to me, it's funny. Right. That said, my initial reaction with the announcement was I'm not interested in seeing them without Neil. I really like your idea of putting together a 50-year package and touring like Geddy did with his book and maybe playing some acoustic covers. That would have been an event I'd pay for. Wow, playing these recent clips makes it clear how bad Geddy's voice is going to be. Yuck. Here come the backing track vocals. Oh, I hope not. I hope not. But yeah. I mean, really, though. That's like that's a big concern. That may be the number one concern is his voice. Maybe. Randy Brandon, what's going on? I always love your trolling. I priced tickets on Eventbrite last week for LA just to see. Nosebleeds were around 600 and floor was 1700. There were some as high as 5,000. Yeah, nah, fam, I ain't doing it. Insane, but expected, I said. Yeah. All right, Richie Rich, what's going on? I was waiting for your take on this, Justin. You did not disappoint. See, that's all. Came and did my piece, and that's that. Let me pile onto the trolling if I may. What about it's only 3 guys doing all this music and they're Canadian? Annika is a great drummer, but it's not Rush. She's German, for God's sake. Like you said, they could do what they want, of course, but me personally, I think it would have been better off if they toured as Lee Lifeson, maybe threw in a few Rush songs, preferably instrumentals do a Geddy singing, and had some new material for me and other Rush fans I know. That would have been kind of cool. Worked for Bachman Turner. All right, Chief Cards. Come on, man, watch the video they made. They want to play live, and they want to honor Neil every show, too. They have agreed for 7 years. I'm happy for them being excited about playing their music again. I said I literally watched the video they made in this video, if you saw the whole thing. And I did. I watched the video. I saw it before I did this video, but I also watched it in the video, right? And did my reaction to it in the video. So it's like, yeah, I did watch it. I saw what they said. It's fine. And I get it's not a money grab. I get they want it, right? They can go, right? I'm not saying never play your instrument again. I'm not saying that. in any way, shape, or form. Anyways, all right. Keep in mind that Pierrot was the sole composer for the band. Rush died with him. You were talking about the lyrics. Exactly. I saw Rush before Neil in a triple Rush concert with Bull Rush, Rush, and Mahogany Rush headlining, and the difference between Rush and Mahogany was a gaping chasm. Right. Yeah. Seth Cashman, what's going on? Hey, Justin, hope you're doing okay, man. I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised regarding their choice of drummers. I've been following Annika's work for the past 15 years. She can and will do justice to Neil's parts. It will be different, of course, but there's no escaping that reality. It'll be its own thing. And in fact, I hope the guys encourage her to be herself when and wherever possible. I'm sure they will. Glad you mentioned the vocals, as no one is talking about that. How can no one be talking about that? I don't understand. Anyways, Geddy sounded like a basset hound on the last 2 or 3 tours, yelping all over the music. Hopefully the decade of rest has resulted in some healing, strengthening of the vocal cords. Doubt it, however. As for the notion of it being a money grab, I can understand why someone would say that for sure, but I would bet the farm that their reason for doing this tour is that they really just want to get back out there and play their songs again. I 100% agree. I do. I honestly, truly agree with that. I know it's not about the money. The money is just on top of it. And again, I do also bet that they gross more than they ever have. I do. I also think that. Right? I can think both things, right? Yeah, it's not about the money. Also, you guys are going to rake in more money than you ever did while you were with Neil, right? Period. I mean, that's, I think, is what is going to happen. I honestly suspect that the impulse was pure in this case. The other part of it is that they have underscored that they themselves want to pay proper tribute to Neil. Others have done it by creating events like A Night for Neil, Bubba Bash, etc. So why shouldn't they? Of course. Yeah, I get it. 100%. Personally, I'd just love to see Geddy and Alex play together again with a capable, suitable, compelling drummer, even once. The real problem for me is the price of admission, but it'll be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, so I'll probably do it anyway. Sorry for rambling. Glad to see a video on this topic. Be well. Debbie Plato, what's going on? I happened to tune in just as you read my comment. Oh, hopefully you're tuning in now, and I'm reading this one. All right. When I mentioned Geddy's voice getting a bit deeper, it still sounded good. He was singing a folk song. Super different. So he is not going to be belting it out. I heard Alex and Geddy also say that they never had a chance to give tribute to Neil, and now they can. Also, I'm the same age as these guys, and the road behind you is a lot longer than the road in front. To do something you truly love again, if you can one more time, why not? I know it's not the same without Neil, but it is hard to say if they will tour again after this. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm not saying that they shouldn't do something or that they should just never play again. I'm not saying that. Right. All right. Darren Wiggins, what's happening? You look great. As a stroke survivor, I can say be healthy while you are under 50. It will catch up with you. Yes. A resilient one. What's going on? The best musicians in the world want to play again together. Overthinking it, Justin. It's about them celebrating their music and Neil's legacy. Yeah, I get it. I'm not overthinking it. It's not about overthinking. It's just commentary. That's it. It's just a guy with a camera and an internet connection. That's it. It ends there. Like, really? All right. Marco Bosma. What's going on? It is not Rush. It is not a Rush 2.0 or a reunion. I think it's an homage to Neil to honor their legacy of music and they love to play. All right. Kenneth, what's going on? Grace Under Pressure. Know when it's time to hang it up. This from the biggest Rush fan ever, me. I drive my friends and family crazy posting about Rush. I thought they were going to go out on top, but nope. Brian Bannon, what's happened? I'm super torn. I spent a lot to sit second row R40 with my 13-year-old daughter. I love them. This feels different. Of course it does. If Geddy and Alex want to play again with a drummer, that's fine with me. Why would anyone be butthurt about it? Well, yeah, of course not. All right, Darren Wiggins. They want to do it. They're in their 70s. They don't just want to sit or play horseshoes. It will just be good just to hear them play instruments again. All right, there you go. Todd Stevens. If it is an instrumental only, then maybe, but please, Geddy, no. Another group sucking big bucks using backing tracks, etc. as a waste of our money. Rush is the Three Amigos, period. Nathan Kramer, can't believe that I'm agreeing with you, Justin. I loved when you did all the Rush records with your take on it. It drove me nuts most of the time, but I love your honesty. I have been a Rush fan since my first show in 81 to my last show in 15. Been going back and forth on this since I heard the announcement, but I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to tarnish my own fandom with Rush to go see these shows. I love them, always will, but I'll just remember the way it was forever. Yeah, I have similar story. First show was Power Windows, last was Time Machine, Presto, and Counterparts in between. I loved when Jason, it's Justin, so many people call me Jason. Anyways, did the Rush Dive 2. My wife was dying of pancreatic cancer. I'd watch when she was sleeping, and it got me through some bad shit. I remember how I predicted he'd really like Presto, and I think he did. Yeah, Presto, yeah, for sure. Yeah, nothing like living in the past. This guy, just let it go. You're the one that needs to let it go. Don, sorry, buddy. You're the, you know, just people are going to have their opinions. You're not going to be able to change their opinion. Let people have their opinions. It's what it is. Let it happen. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. Chill, right? No different than this Rush thing. It's going to happen whether I like it or not. And I don't need to like it. Frankly, it doesn't matter to me if I'm being honest. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm only commenting on it, right? Anyways, probably one of the highlights of my 20-year YouTube watching career so far was watching every one of Justin's Rush reactions. I was reliving my youth when I first heard the albums. Yeah, very cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Patrick Gilligan, what's going on? I always thought that with today's technology, they could tour with Neil's drum tracks and video footage of him playing on the big screen with his actual set displayed on stage with an empty drum throne. That would be nuts. Talk about guys crying. They could even have old Neil footage for the older songs and newer footage for the newer songs. They didn't have to replace Neil with a live drummer, and they don't have to call themselves Rush. It could have been the 50-something Neil Peart tribute or something like that. Hologram, very interesting. Didn't think of that. Certainly many ways they could have done this. Where are they supposed to squeeze in the token woman? Oh, Jesus. Animatronic Neil, made to look like a Terminator, would be good. I actually think that this whole idea is actually not a bad... I actually kind of really like it too. But I don't know if they could do it. I think that they would... I mean, if they have hearts, they would probably be crying themselves the whole time. That would be really tough. It's already going to be really tough for them. You know? Like, really. I'm being honest. You know? Like, I know that I troll and joke around, and I think that some of you know when can tell the difference when I'm being honest and sincere and not joking around, and when I'm being honest and joking around. You know? Like, you know, because I have that, right? It's both, and I often go in between them a lot and ride the line, and it drives people like my wife crazy. Why do I have to be like this, right? But it's who I am. It's just what it is. And you know, my son is now the same way. So it's continuing. All right, Rick Wakeman on keys. And perhaps John Anderson on vocals. He still sings the same as he did in 1972. Sure does. John is a freak of nature. In the best sense of the word. Wow, that might actually work. John is so superior to Getty now. But make it a Neil tribute, not Rush. Obi-Wan, what's going on? Nah, they were better. They were a band before Neil. He was the new guy. Now they got a new gal. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. And also, of course, how it sounds. I don't think they'll put out weak new material. I'm just glad they're getting out and playing again. A bunch of dudes crying. I cried when this news came out. But it was tears of happiness for Getty and Alex and all of their crew. If they make a lot of money, they deserve every bit of it. Your trolling is funny. That's all. I don't disagree. If they make a bunch of money, they don't deserve every bit. I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. Pete Best was in the Beatles before Ringo. Neil is essential to Rush. Honestly though, not only in the drum department, but as a lyricist. Huge point, right? And the songs they will be playing have the lyrics of Neil Peart. They're not making new music. Jesus Christ, people need to calm down. If you don't want to go see it, don't effing go see it, Jesus. I mean, yeah, right. That's going to happen. It just, everybody needs to chill out. You have no idea what can come from this. I'm not predicting anything either. Right. Yeah. I mean, everybody chill out, right? It's just commentary. We're just having fun here. All right. I think it's great. You can't bring Neil back. In my opinion, people who don't plan on seeing them live have no say and need to love from Nova Scotia. That's ridiculous Gestapo shit, and I'd expect it from Canada. Insane people say what they want, don't like it, bye. If they were to do an instrumental only version, maybe, but otherwise I can hear the backing tracks for every song. You know, bending over for women doesn't get you laid, right? I don't know what this is about. No, this is Gestapo shit. He's being friendly. You're American. Yeah, says it all these days. What are you talking about? Them telling me that I have no say is Gestapo shit. I can say what I want, and that's where it starts and stops, and I will live and die by that. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not bending over for anybody if this is to me. What I'm saying is not Gestapo shit in any way, shape, or form. I'm like, it's not. It's totally not. You can say what you want and you can do what you want. That's always my premise. You know, I don't care. You know, I totally don't care. To me, that's pretty liberal. Say and do what you want. Don't care. I mean, you know, like if it's not illegal and it's within reason. But like if someone is, yeah, I just didn't like that they're saying, you know, if you don't plan on seeing them live, you have no say. I'm like, that's not accurate. That's not accurate. And that's Gestapo shit, in my opinion. And maybe it was a cheap shot to say it was Canadian. Maybe that's too political or whatever. You know, I should have said, you know, like British or whatever, you know. It's all the business that's going on with the UK and all that. That's all I'm saying. Like I'm sorry I brought that into it, but you know, it's like, nah, don't tell me I can't say what I want to say, or else that could be down the pike in 2 seconds. And that's a big problem. That's all I'm saying. And again, look at Great Britain. You can't post shit like this on the internet over there, or else they come to your door. That's fucked up. That's literally Gestapo shit. So anyways, Raymond Regis, what's going on? I hope they lower the keys so Get has a chance. Otherwise, good luck. Many young people will finally get to see them live. They are not seeing them live. They just want to see Getty and Alex. They don't care about hearing the songs played sung as they sound. But they will not sound as they should unless they do all instrumental. First of all, I think that doing just instrumental versions is not a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, you know, I'm just saying that. Anyways, all right. My EV, what's going on? I live in New Zealand, so there's not even the slightest chance that I'd finally get to attend even just a 2/3 of Rush show. But the vocals issue also was pretty much the first thing that popped into my own head right after I'd heard the news. And it wasn't only during the R40 tour that Getty was struggling a lot. It had already started with the Time Machine tour 4 years earlier. Yes, I was given the C for Christmas that same year, and while the actual music was top as ever, I couldn't stop cringing at the vocals and Getty constantly doing that Simon LeBron yelp. I mean, good for him for still doing it live and not resorting to backing tracks like so many other aging big artists have, but still. But I also do believe and also sense that Alex and Getty are being genuine about their motivation for doing that American tour next year. And I'm really happy for them being happy about it. Yeah, I agree. And also about the fact that they did not choose one of those drummers everybody would have expected or even wished for, but someone who isn't even the same gender to start with. I mean, I don't care about, I don't care about any of that stuff. To me, that's whatever. And everybody mispronounces Nils, just like they do with Peart. That is actually a funny point. If they told everyone it was going to be an instrumental redo, maybe. Okay, yeah. Mark Richardson, what's going on? I was lucky enough to see Rush on every UK tour from 88 to 2013. Amazing every time. That's actually pretty cool. And if they tour the UK, I will buy tickets just because I want to see Getty and Alex again. It would be nice if they acknowledge John Rutsey also. Neil is my all-time favorite drummer. What I've heard, his daughter, wife, and Neil's family have given their blessing, right? Dan Archuleta, what's going on, buddy? To me, this is a celebration of Rush's music, Neil, and a time for Dyed in the Wool fans to lift up their vaulted icons. While it would be silly to expect to see Rush from R30, of course, you can rest assured the all musical elements will rouse fans. Yeah. Annika is fantastic and unique. Know her from Jeff Beck. Estepario loves her. Finally, in the same way Van Halen leaned on Michael Anthony to support DLR vocals, just maybe the keyboardist will be selected to support Getty's. Also, vocals are often enhanced live, so we'll have to see. Rush should be ashamed, and so should their management. I've been a devoted fan, having seen Rush live in concert since the Moving Pictures tour and every tour that followed right to the very end. I even went to their movie features and special screenings. That's how much this band has meant to me over the years. And let's be honest, this isn't Rush. Neil, Geddy, and Alex are Rush. If you're going to tour under that name, price it accordingly. Oh boy. They're allowing these outrageous ticket prices to happen, fully aware that fans are being ripped off. They're part of the VIP markup game, standing by while costs skyrocket and loyalty gets exploited. Take The Cure, for example. I saw them at Madison Square Garden a couple of years ago. The most expensive ticket was around $120, even in Toronto. Why? Because Robert Smith and the band capped their prices. They told Ticketmaster and Live Nation straight up, our fans will not be scalped. That's integrity. That's respect. Rush, on the other side, did nothing to protect their fans from inflated prices. And honestly, I expected better. It's disappointing beyond words to see a legendary band stand by while corporate greed takes center stage. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm not taking it there. I'm not saying any of that. But, oh boy. Oh boy. That is a take. It is. What's going on? Crap, I will return the all-access backstage passes I got for you. Only cost me $27,750 per ticket. Yeah, right. And no, I was not able to score tickets in the pre-sale, and they are now selling for stupid money. Maybe a small money grab from the band, but the real money grab are the people that run the bots to grab all the tickets and resell them. Money the band never sees. Sucks, but this is how all these types of tours go these days. As for the new drummer, she is awesome. I hope she adds her own flair to the songs and not play beat for beat. If I wanted that, I would have wanted Mike Portnoy and not worried about Gay's voice. I mean, people still pay to see Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, The Who. Yes. Listen, when I saw Guns N' Roses, I saw Axl at a Coachella, right? When he like broke his leg or whatever happened, right? And I thought he sounded great. I mean, I have heard other, otherwise, other concerts, not every concert's the same. You can have bad nights, all that kind of thing. But when I saw him, he was good. Anyways. Okay. Too much talent to be left on the sidelines. Yep. Johnny Labs. Yep. Touring with a new drummer, a girl who can play. Money grab, obviously. Oh boy. Would be good if another singer comes in. Geddy sounds horrible. And there they all are. That's all of the comments thus far. All right. As of me filming this, it's been fun. Thank you guys. Remember, it's all in good fun. I'm only messing around. They could do what they want. I know that it means a lot to a lot of people. And please understand that it's different for me than for people that have been listening to them since they were 15. It's different for me, right? So understand that. That's my point of view. It also allows me to joke around with it as I do, which for some of you is funny and for some of you is offensive, but don't be offended. I'm messing around, So there it is. You are dispersed. Catch you later.